Right, hi everyone. I'm not sure if I'm going to get anybody jump on this today or not, but even if I don't, it's just a case of literally me talking, putting it out there how I feel, um, which is like a kind of like a therapy for me, uh, to be honest. Be nice if someone was to jump on and just say hello. And whatnot. But I get it. You guys have got busy lives and stuff, so I can't expect uh people to jump on. I mean, after all, it is like midday on a quite nice Saturday in June. Um, I've had two people jump on. Good afternoon to you two people. Hope you're all doing good. Well, hi Stitch. Yeah, but like I was saying, like I have just about had enough of things at the moment. And I thought I'd just jump on. I'm doing a bit of diamond art painting. Uh, so, I'm just sort of voicing my thoughts while I'm talking, or while I'm doing my diamond art, because that helps me to kind of relax and to chill out and things like that. Um, and well, like I'm saying, I mean, what can I say really? It's just that I've had a really shite few days. Uh, I don't know if you guys remember. I think I might have said something in um in December and January time. I think I don't remember if I did or not, but I was pulled in by the police on a voluntary interview basis back then, and they reported me for the offences of, and I quote, wasting police time, they said. And, oh, I've got 11 people watching now. Hi, good afternoon to you all. But yeah, like I was trying to say anyway, I was pulled in for wasting police time, and I thought that was going to be the be all and end all of it, because I provided my evidence and everything, and with my solicitor. But no, more for me. The police, they decided in their infinite wisdom to give me that. So, notice a criminal charge, and got to go to Basildon Magistrates Court, 9:15 on the 9th of July. Two charges or two offences. Of course, wasteful employment of police on the 17th and the 29th of the 12th, 25. And yeah, I mean, anyway, let's have a look, see what these comments that been held for review are. Oh, lovely, Amber. Thanks. So somebody here wants to call me an NONCE and a child molester. Amber, do one. No, the glasses, they don't give me X-ray vision, mate. So yeah, I will show that comment actually, because Amber seems to think it's appropriate to call me things like um, a child molester. And I've got one thing to say to you, Amber. I don't care. You don't know me. So can I suggest that you get lost? Because your comments are not welcome. Your comments are also being noted. And you can actually be traced through um your YouTube username. What do you think I am, Amber? I mean, you're just offensive, honestly. Look. I'm happy to say I'm 100% female. But it's your stupid comments. You'll say you've been watching me. I don't care, to be honest. You might have been watching me. I really don't give a damn. Hi, Carol. Well, yeah, I would say I'm not exactly young, but, being mid-40s. But age is only a number, right? And you're only as old as you feel. Amber, shut up. You weirdo. Honestly. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any of my mods here today, on the channel today, because, they're all busy. At one crimes dash 42, I am female. Thank you. Well, that's the best thing I've been called in a long time as a goblin. So, goblins, I think they're sort of, fairy tale kind creatures. And yeah, I've been called a lot worse. Amber, come on. You're just jealous, love. You're just jealous, honestly. I'm full blown female, have been for the last 40 something odd years since I was born. Was that Icy Penguin? No one's jail. Well, I think it must be. Amber, I have a disability or deformity, which I was born with, called Web neck syndrome. You can look it up on Google. It is a genuine disability and deformity. is actually part of something called Turner syndrome, of which I was born with. And yeah, like ignoring the haters, you know, I'm doing my best to, but I'm going to put Amber right with my neck. I wish I didn't have web neck, but there's nothing I can actually do about it, unless, of course, I get 10 to 15,000 pounds, which I've already looked into, to have a surgical procedure performed. But nobody has got that kind of money just laying around. I certainly haven't, and I can't afford to have anything done, so I don't have a problem with it. So why have you got a problem with the fact I've got a neck deformity? It shouldn't make any difference. And yeah, I do actually believe that you are jealous because the way you're acting, Amber, is disgusting. Your behaviour, it screams of jealousy. But I'm not going to make this all about Amber or whoever you are. You just might be calling yourself Amber. You could be anybody. This is to do with me. And I want the more people, the merrier to jump on, honestly, because the more who do come in the comment section, the better. And like I'm saying, I couldn't give a stuff what people thinks. Because to me, you probably haven't even got the balls to come and say it to my face. You say you're watching me. I'd like to know where you're watching me from. Because as far as I'm concerned, you can do whatever you want. You can watch me. You can do whatever you like. I don't give a damn. Because I just think you're boring. You lead boring lives if you all you're doing every day is watching me. Come on. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, right? About the police. It would seem that the police have some kind of vendetta. I think that's the thing that you can really call it is a vendetta against me. Probably based on the fact that they're believing all this rubbish that other people are saying about me, calling me a child molester, calling me a nonce, and whatever else, simply because a couple of parents, like getting on for 3 years, 3 years ago, this all started, roughly, got ratty with me because I simply asked their children to not kick their footballs against the walls and windows. And since then, these parents have like taken an instant dislike to me. Rather than deal with the problem that their children are causing, they much rather have a go at me. And they're going to wish they hadn't. Because I am a stronger person than people think. And for me making this on the fly, off the bat video, without any real planning, kind of thing. It takes a lot for someone like me to actually do. I've been sitting on the idea for a few days, but then what really turned it for me was what happened yesterday and last night. And that being that yesterday and last night in particular, someone thought it was okay to dump some 24 parcels outside my property at around about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And those 24 parcels, I'm not sure who they were, if they were Amazon or not, I don't know. I wasn't home. But in the time of these parcels being dropped off and me getting home, these parcels disappeared. And with these parcels disappearing, of course, came the allegations that I had stolen several parcels. So the police come along and they come along around about 6 o'clock last night. Where's these parcels? Where's these parcels? And I said, I do not know anything about parcels or whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. I was out all morning yesterday up until about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I have proof actually of where I was. The proof being where I was, being that I had a dash camera in the car with GPS coordinates. Sorry about that. And not only did the GPS coordinates from the dash camera matter, I had a sat nav as well, because where I had to go, I needed a sat nav to actually get me there. And the sat nav's coordinates matched up perfectly with the coordinates of the dash camera, of which also matched up absolutely spot on with Google Earth. And for those of you who don't know about Google Earth, it's like a sort of mapping, come navigation, come everything sort of system where you can do street views of certain places, roads, to get a general sort of consensus for what an area, road, property, etc. looks like. And I did all of that with the help from my friend who was with me, so they're also a witness. And like I said, the police didn't want to believe me. So they took me in, like arrested me, you know, put cuffs on me, flipping God knows what and everything. I've got bruising on my wrists from where the cuffs actually sort of hurt me. I've got bruising on my back where the police precariously let a door slam into me, only to be half an hour later de-arrested and sent packing. with no apology or anything. Pardon me. So I'm just catching up on the comments. Yeah, Jay, it is Diamond Art. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I've been like babbling on. I've not been really catching up with the comments. Sort of thing. So just let me catch up and I'll answer your questions. I'm actually doing a diamond art painting. I'm nearly finished on it actually, and it's I'm going to say it's Northern Lights. Right, I'm going to reveal these comments. Right, I'm going to address this one again because this is a damn hater. Amber, who says, "Is your father your mother's brother? Because you look inbred." Darling, do you know what inbred actually is? Because let me tell you something. My father is one of 7 children. My mother was an only child. So don't think anyone's an inbred, do you? And if you want to think that, be my guest. Again, I couldn't care less. And Finn, bet you don't want to show your face calling me triple chins, but who cares anyway? You don't matter to me, my darling. Well, the chat could divulge into arguments. What are you doing on this stream? Can I ask what you mean by that, please? And yeah, I'm doing my best to, uh, you know, you say no one is disabled, they're all God's children. Well, yes, that I totally get. Um, Disability can be defined as this, and this is something that an actual quote that I quite like. Disability is not an inability to do something. It is a different ability to do it. Um, I'm not really into football, so like I said, I'm just reading through all your comments, catching up. Like I said, yeah, I've got to go to court, you know, for an apparent wasting of police time, but it will be thrown out anyway. So let's have a look at these messages held. Oh, Finn, my lovely. How pleasant of you. So jealous, aren't you, my darling? Not that I care anyway. Yeah, Yeah, I don't care about yapping. No, I don't have a pip car either. Um, my car is my own, and yeah, as for no job, well, I haven't worked because of my disabilities and so forth, to be truthful, for the best part of the last 15 years. Um, it's not through not wanting to, it's through actually being certified as not being able to medically. But I want that to change. And the only way that that is going to change is if I make that change. And I intend to do that within about the next 6 to 12 months, to change myself and to look at putting myself out there. And, well, I mean, people saying like, oh, 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 it's not going to court for the parcels. The parcels were something else. The parcels were yesterday. Um, they didn't take that any further. Like I said, for that, in the end, I was de-arrested and sent home, kind of thing. Um, what it was that I've got to go to court for is an apparent wasting of police time, but they know that they've got nothing, and I've got all the evidence. But the solicitors said I'm not actually really supposed to go into too much detail about it because the fact it's going to court. But if you want to support me, and I mean support, not like slag me off, call me names or anything like that, then July 9th, 9:15, Basildon Magistrates. That's where I'll be. And my disabilities, mini on track. I have mobility difficulties, um, stemming from having a fall back in 2011, where I fell down a flight of stairs, smashed all my leg to pieces. Um, I've got pins and plates right up my left leg, my ankle, goodness knows what. I've also got osteoarthritis, quite severely in definitely all of my lower joints, um, plus also in my wrist and arm. I've got other things like bowel problems, etc. But I try not to let anything get me down. And like I said, it's not a case of not wanting to work, it's a case of I've not been able to work. And I want to change that, to be fair. And I think I owe it to myself to change myself. Amber, can you please stop calling me offensive things? Because if you do not, I will put you on a timeout. Yeah, you could say that I'm falling apart and I'm only in my 40s. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's difficult, but it is what it is. Best of both, best about get seen fast. I'm not sure what you mean there, but I've been seen and, spoken to and oh, another hater. Thank you. No, actually, it's not that hard. Let's say it's nearly finished, but that is what it is at the moment. And the bit that's up here is the bit that I'm doing currently as I'm kind of talking to you guys. It's taken me 3.5 days to do. Wow. Do you know what? I'm just laughing at all these people that keep on calling me things because, as someone said to me only a few days ago, those people that are calling me names, they're probably actually just trying to deviate the attention away from themselves. They could be right. But I will challenge anybody who wants to reveal yourselves and come and actually say those things to my face, please. I would love for you to come and say those things to my face, but I know that you won't. Um, yeah, it does take a bit of patience, but I tell you what, it is very rewarding to do, and it actually introduces mindfulness and peace and calm from within. So this is why I kind of do these arts and crafts and that, because it allows me to find a kind of like a zen, um, if you get my drift. It kind of like allows me to find a little bit of peace in a hectic environment, as does doing my resin craft, which the other day I made this, and I like the way this has actually kind of turned out. With, I don't know if it will show properly on the camera, but with the fly in the lid. And it's from the resin craft that I want to try and make a little business. And Viking, yeah, that's all these people are that's calling me names. They're just keyboard warriors, mate. That's why I said I challenged them to come and talk to me face to face, but because they feel that sitting behind a keyboard or a screen or whatever is going to protect them, they think that they can just abuse people, whatever the weather, and get away with it. But it's not really so. You can't just get away with things like abusing people because everywhere you go, there's always something or someone or whatever tracking your every move. Even, I mean, these people that are abusing, right? Okay, Jay, you have a good one, mate, and take care. And thank you for being there for me. And yeah, going back to what I was saying, wherever you go, It's always somebody that can see what you're doing. And even online, you think you're anonymous. You think you're hidden when you hide behind things like anonymous participant IDs on things like Facebook, etc., or nicknames, or whatever. Whatever sort of things you do, even on YouTube, like you can hide behind things, but you cannot hide certain aspects. You cannot hide the IP address of which is commonly known as a public IP address, which is the one that your internet service provider gives you. And if if the wanton was there to go down that route, people could. They could find you from your IP address. There are ways and means to do this, and I'm not talking rubbish because actually you're wrong. You can use a VPN, but your IP address actually still gets shown to the VPN provider, whether that be NordVPN or Kaspersky or whatever. You can still be found. Before I become unable to work, I became a qualified computer and network technician. So I know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to technology, etc. And well, that's a bit personal, Viking, but no, I don't have a partner. Um, and that's the way I just want to keep it for now, basically. You know, it's okay. You don't need to apologise and whatnot. And Amber, yeah, maybe you do know people that can code their own. So, good thing too. But I don't care. I'm just putting it out there that there are ways and means of getting hold of details, even through like using VPNs and stuff like that. And the ISPs will have to disclose that information if law enforcement agencies actually request it. And as I just said, law enforcement agencies can request the information from the internet service providers, which I don't think you know anybody that can code for an internet service provider now, do you? But it strikes me that you're just a silly Billy. But like I said, play nicely. The next time something comes up, I will most likely want to put you in a timeout. And that goes for anyone that wants to be abusive, say things. I mean, I wouldn't have got channel sponsorships from companies if I wasn't doing something right, would I? I haven't yet put anything about my channel sponsorship into any of my videos because it's a new thing. But I will be adding the link very, very soon. And then, we'll see what happens with that. But if you want to keep your eyes out on the channel sponsorship information, it's with an energy drinks company called Dubby Energy. That's Dubby. And I got the sponsorship through submitting my channel information to them. They liked what they saw, and they said there was a niche there because of my everything that I talk about: crafts, corruption, the world, that sort of thing. They liked what they kind of saw. Ugh. And I'm hoping I can actually get this finished on this stream, so I can show you then what the finished piece will look like. I'm not that far off, to be honest, probably about 10, maybe 15 minutes or so. But once I finish doing this diamond art, I will show you guys what it looks like, and then that will be the end of the stream. I know it sounds like I'm prattling on and whatever else, but this is just me. This is me talking to you as though I would talk to somebody on a video call, for example. And, to feel kind of, I mean, with all due respect, like someone's actually out there listening to me babbling on. Again, that's just me. It's just the way I am. I could literally change subject about a million different things, a million times in one conversation. You only got to ask my friends. Because I do find it hard sometimes to keep track of things and to keep going. It's just really hard. Because I do have, as well as my physical disabilities, I do have ADHD, which was diagnosed 2.5 years ago, in actual fact. And it wasn't an actual NHS diagnosis. It was a private psychologist diagnosis that the solicitor enlisted for me to help me, which would explain why people think that I'm so different. But there's nothing wrong with being different. because different is unique. And it also goes to show why I get super focused on things and why that super focus takes um takes takes control, if you like, takes control of one. And when it takes control, then it can become very, very, very frustrating if you don't finish something that you set out to do, because that could be anything from me doing this to um, being having things cancelled on me last minute. You know, I might be looking forward to doing something, and then someone says, "Oh no, that's not going to happen today." You're like, eh, you know, that's just my whole day kind of ruined. But it is what it is. And what is what shall be, as they say. Now, when I finish this particular piece, like I said, I'll have a break, maybe get some lunch, and then see what happens. And I will find the channel sponsorship link that you can go to have a look at Dubby Energy. And I will start posting that in my um, video descriptions, etc. So if you want to support the channel, you can do that way, or become a sub, because the more people that actually see my content, the more my channel will grow. And channel growth is what every YouTuber aims for. Um, Despite the negativity that has been displayed, what I say is it's still interaction. And it's that interaction that will fire my engine to keep me going. Because I'm no quitter. So the one person that's stuck out through the whole thing, thank you. I just want to say thanks. It's gonna literally, I'm gonna be ending the live stream in about 5 minutes or so. Anyway, I just want to say thanks for sticking by me. I will make this so you can watch it back and, catch up. Leave hopefully some nice comments for me. And then we can just hopefully, look forward to the next one, because the next one I might be doing a different craft. But I like to just keep in the loop with you guys, show you what I'm doing, prattle on about utter rubbish half the time, change the subject about 10,000 times, and just keep moving with the flow. And that, people, is now minus one bead that's popped off, but that can easily be replaced. A finished piece. And I'm just looking back at this at the moment as you're kind of seeing it, and I'm just thinking, wow. And with that, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you until the next time. Stay safe. Share my content, please, and post nice things about me. Or if you want to post things about me like that are kind of not true, do so, because I'm not going to let that affect me. So bye for now, and peace out. Trying to end this now, guys. Sorry about this. I don't usually do this, but right, bye for now. Love you all.